let's see. Whoops. Let's see. If you guys see us streaming, let me know. I think I just tried to restart the stream. I'm not sure if it'll be the same link. Okay. Oh, weird. I don't know why it now has Giant Swan's name on it. Okay. Interesting. That is very interesting. I'm just going to change the name really quick and then we will keep going. I'm going to put out, pop back in and say, hey, that was really weird. I'm not sure what happened there. Um, but I will put out a tweet really quick. And so you guys can pop back in here and watch the rest of the show. I apologize. I'm just going to change the image so it doesn't say Giant Swan, even though we love you, Giant Swan. You're awesome. But we want it to be Papa Bear right now. Okay, cool. And sorry about that. Do you see us? If you refresh the YouTube page, do you see us live there? Just want to make sure people are watching us before we go back into that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, looks like we're live.
Okay, sweet. And I just changed the, sorry about that, guys. That is interesting. But things happen and we're just going to roll with it. There's going to be a part 2 to this video. And we'll change, sorry about the image. We'll get that changed and everything later. Yay, you're back and good. Thank you, Gray. I appreciate you. Sorry, I think earlier I said your name was Gary. I flipped your R and A. Gray. Sorry about that.
That's cool. He's downstairs.
Oh, cool. Even cooler.
That's my buddy.
No, don't say that. Okay, sweet. I'm glad we're back in here. Okay, awesome. So basically, yeah, I was just talking about your art. I'm not sure where we began to cut off, but and that I've just been a huge fan and a collector, and I'm happy to own your work. And I just love the way that you create and you like find these different ideas, and you are just really successful at what you're doing with them. I would love to just hear a little bit. We get this question sometimes from the crowd, like if you have any particular, like would you ever do collabs with people, or do you have any collabs either in the works or that you're thinking about, or would you be open to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for collaboration, even like when it came back when it was when I was live painting. I was always just wanting to hop on someone else's canvas, have someone else hop on mine. I love the aspect of learning from another artist and their process.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really important when it comes to translate that into 3D. My first kind of collaboration that I've kind of sent back and forth. It's a little difficult because we're using two different programs, but I'm doing one right now with Peen Poon,
Mm-hmm.
who's another artist on Super Rare, and he's a fellow VJ of mine, and he's learning. I've grown to know him, and we are doing a collab right now. I'm planning on dropping that this week, doing doing my version of a still, and then
Mm-hmm.
my version of an animation, and then his version of the same scene with a few different tweaks to it,
Mm-hmm.
doing a still and then an animation as well. So we'll have like
Cool.
4 NFTs total that we'll be releasing. But yeah, and speaking on Parrot as well, you've Nathaniel, you've had on the show. I just sent something to him recently, and he sent me back something mind blowing. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it from there. But yeah, I'm all about collaboration. So anyone out there, hit me up.
That's really cool to hear. And I love to hear that you guys are just like behind the scenes and like creating all this cool stuff, sending it to each other and kind of riffing off of that, because I think it like is collaborations are not easy to do, right? Especially like if one person like has a strong vision or whatever, or not used to it. So it's cool to see different artists taking advantage of that and kind of like banding together in this like still very new scene and work together like that. It's really exciting.
Yeah, no,
Um,
absolutely. It's one of my favorite things is learning from others and their process. it's what
That's
and I
amazing.
interpret it in my own way and kind of do what I can with it.
Yeah. So what you said you have some collabs coming up. Are there any like dates for us to watch out for, or still sort of in the plans of like when the exact launches will
uh,
be?
I'm I'm slacking. I need to render out this animation. I did the still image yesterday. It's perfect, and I just need to tweak the animation a little bit. But within the week, I would say
Nice.
just on the lookout on super rare. I'd say that
Okay.
I think we're gonna drop it on. I I am on Maker's Place and Known Origin,
Mm-hmm.
and but I don't really post to there. I was just kind of trying to cast a net early on in the NFT space, and I just kind of applied to a lot of spaces. I
Yeah.
got accepted to a lot of spaces, so
Congrats.
but yeah, thank you. I mean, thank you. But it's definitely been an interesting ride.
Yeah, and what do you think about I'd love if you like would be open to expanding on that, like it being an interesting ride because they're so I mean, it's probably so different than what you were doing before. Like, and are you doing this full time? Like, tell us like a bit more about that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing the possibility with crypto art is pretty mind blowing as far as the potential of making a living and creating at the same time. It's just the ultimate wombo combo of being able to create and live off of it. I try to save as much as I can in Ethereum and my brother Ben Twan, he's into the cryptocurrency. So I kind of get advice from him on what to do with my money. But for the most part, I kind of stash it away, and I kind of live off of what I don't stash away. So
Cool.
um, it's really cool to see that there's a future in it. Albeit not consistent. It's
Yeah.
very inconsistent as far as when a collector sees your work, or but it's growing every day, and more collectors are going to see your work every day. So I keep telling myself don't stress it, just because it's nothing worth stressing over, because I know it comes back to me.
Yeah.
um, you know what I mean? It's just about kind of putting your head down every day and trying to learn something new. Literally after I watched the ARC interview with you, I sat down and I literally made an ARC loop. Like I
No.
tried to, replicate, what he
Yeah.
did, just to learn. I just wanted to see if I could do it, and
Yeah.
it was cool. I made a little tube that dropped a bunch of balls out, and then it
Cool.
shifted over, and then another one came in and it filled it up again.
That's
So it's
awesome.
just kind of bouncing off other people, and I don't know. It's it's been really cool. And
Yeah.
I do make art full time. I do logo design and album art for people. That's kind of like a good chunk of my income,
Mm-hmm.
as far as artist life. I do
And
lots of logos.
you said album art, and then what was the other thing you said?
Logo design.
Oh, logo design. Okay. I thought
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said
just
Lego, and I was like, wait, what is this? Tell me what this is.
yeah,
That sounds
I'm a
really
beast
cool.
at Legos.
That sounds cool. Hey.
Don't get me started on Legos.
We
No.
have a huge Lego store in the city near me, and like they always have some massive like, like a little Lego guy. They make it
Yeah,
in with like thousands of
with
Legos, and
Legos.
it's
Oh
like an
my god.
Indiana Jones like theme, and it's like tall, like it's like 8 feet tall or something. That's very impressive. So I was like, there must be so much. This is a rant, a side note, but like there must be so much actual like computer like design that goes on before they're actually building this thing with thousands of pieces. So
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, maybe you design that stuff for them. That's how I was like, wait, Lego design what? I
Oh
immediately
yeah, that'd
thought,
be
is
cool.
he designing these like 8 foot tall Indiana Jones pieces? But just kidding.
No.
Logo design and album art.
Shout
That's
out
cool.
Legos. Legos are
Yes,
tight.
they are. Papa Bear for Lego Masters Season 2.
Oh my gosh, I would die. I
That is
love that
That'd be
show.
so insane. That's funny also that you say album art because Parrot was also saying that he does album art, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, just kind of being intertwined in the scene. It's kind of an easy not pickup, but it's an easy thing to get is album art gigs. Just knowing friends that are, DJs or musicians, they always need art, and it's really cool to be able to incorporate that with, whether it be a stranger or your friends,
Yeah.
musical composition. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And is there by the way, if there's anyone in the chat that has questions in particular for Papa Bear, feel free and put them down there, and I'll read them aloud. If not, always feel free and message myself or Papa Bear afterwards. I feel bad that we dropped that first stream, but that's all right. It'll be two parts, and we'll
That's all right.
yeah, even just more videos with Papa Bear's name on it. It'll be great. Carl asked, "How do you get such a stellar man bun?" That's a pretty good question.
Oh man, this man bun, this takes a full like 5 minutes to put up, so don't mess with it.
Is the back of your hair short or is all of your hair long?
Oh, all my hair is long. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
it's just up.
I
It's
love
like
it.
it was honestly like it came from when I was live painting. It was just kind of like an easy thing. I would like literally put paintbrushes in my hair, like to the back of my head type shit. But
That's cool.
I don't know. It's my hair's gotten long.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Especially in quarantine, you probably is just getting longer and longer. Um, Wrong Bedroom asked, has Papa Bear ever considered mashing his printmaking work with his digital work? Good question.
Ooh, man. I've definitely wanted to. Kind of I don't know. I've had the idea to kind of break down 3D scenes into like three colors and then screen printing it.
Hmm.
I don't have the resources to do that right now. I don't have a screen printer or anything. So as much as I would love to, I don't think that's gonna happen unless I'm get a
Something else
miracle
makes it happen.
screen printing press. Yeah, or someone else makes it happen for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good question, especially because like, I mean, we saw Giant Swan on the show who was showing a lot of like these cool like 3D pieces that he was creating and just all of this like insanely cool stuff. And like the print that I think he printed it with Milk Bar in Australia, which is just like a cool place run by this guy GT who actually watches these streams. But it was cool to see sort of like that physical come to or meet digital like in the middle part. So that was
Yeah,
really interesting to see. And I don't know, like if there's ever like just you can manifest that sort of thing. Maybe you could also like if people wanted prints of your work, you could like almost like reserve them and then sell them and like before they get produced. Like you never know. Like there are different things
yeah,
that you can do with working with people like that. And I'm sure there are folks out there that would be happy to help. So um,
yeah,
that
definitely.
is an awesome question. Let's see if there are other questions, definitely pop them in here. Good questions though, by the way. And then also, I mean, if there's anything, I want to make sure that we covered a good amount. If there's anything that you wanted to chat about that we haven't chatted about yet, please feel free and bring that up. And then also, when we wrap up, I'm going to do these fun, like, closing questions that I do with everyone that just
All
help us
right.
get to know a bit more about you. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, is there anything that you want to tell us about that we missed? There's probably a lot, but
What's the most? Um, I don't know. I think I've pretty much laid it out there for y'all.
yeah. And I love that we just got like to look at your artwork on Super Rare and like see all this cool stuff and like the transition. It's so cool also. I love how your pieces like at least for me personally when I'm looking at them, the early ones I collected like look like this like formation of the earth. Like first there was whatever, like then light, then this and this, and now
Mm,
we're getting into more of like this sort of like alien feeling like in outer space. I just love that it's
yeah.
like progressing that way, at least like from my point of view. So I think that's just so cool to see.
Appreciate
Um,
that.
of
It's a
course,
story of sorts. It tells its own story.
exactly. Okay, awesome. I'm going to start reading off some of these closing questions
Yeah.
and let's see how you answer these. So, what is a skill that you wish you had?
Ooh, skill I wish I had. I wish I could juggle. Juggling would
Oh,
be cool.
that'd be pretty
Yeah, I don't know.
entertaining.
I think that'd be neat. Yeah, you could just be
Especially
like pick
like, that'd
random
be cool if
objects
you
and
were
just
like
start.
juggling while you're painting with one hand, like tossing
Oh
up.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
the ultimate live painter. What event would not
While
want
you
to
were
have
building like Legos at the same time.
Lego Master Papa Bear? Yes.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, talk about like multi-talented. Like you just do it all, right?
Oh
Juggle,
yeah.
paint, Legos.
Painting,
Um,
animating, Legos.
exactly. What is your favorite animal?
Favorite animal? Ooh, I really like koala bears.
Oh, that's a good one.
Koalas are really cool.
Where does
That and
that
sloth.
and sloths? We've gotten
Yeah,
sloths before. That's a good one. Wait, where does
sloths are
where why koala bears? Like, did you used to like watch a show with them or something? Where does that come from?
They've just always kind of hit a note with me. They've just been kind of the chillest kind of motherfuckers
Yeah,
around.
I feel
Excuse my
that.
language, but
Oh no,
yeah.
you. I don't.
Okay.
I'm not monetized. You can say whatever you want. um,
Yeah.
if you could only, or if you had to only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what movie would it be?
Oh God. Oh man. If I was to, okay, it would have to be Groundhog's Day. I mean, it'd have to be Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray.
Okay.
If I was gonna go insane to a movie, it would definitely have to be that movie.
All
Just
right.
because it's about everything repeating, and then you'd be repeating watching it, so it'd just be like this like inner
How
loop
how many times do you think
of.
you'd have to watch that before you went insane?
Oh man,
Probably
I
not
don't
that
know. I
many.
think like yeah,
This is a
probably not
movie
many.
about
Probably
repeating.
like, yeah, a month into it, I'd be like cuckoo.
Yeah, I bet. What was cool when you were young but is not cool now?
SpongeBob.
Oh
SpongeBob has
yeah.
always been the shit for me. I had a SpongeBob pillow growing up. Like, I'm a diehard SpongeBob fan. SpongeBob is not as cool anymore. It's like
Yeah.
not really the thing. And like their later episodes kind of fell off. So
Yeah.
SpongeBob isn't as
That
cool as he
was a
once
really
was.
good show though. That was a really I grew up watching
Yeah.
SpongeBob too, so that
They
was
did I can't tell if it's claymation or if it's animated, honestly, but they did a new SpongeBob movie recently. You should definitely
oh.
check that out. It's got Keanu Reeves as their spirit guide
Oh wow.
on
Is
the
it the
journey.
same
Yeah,
voice actors for all the other
yeah,
characters?
yeah.
Wow.
It's the same from the OG show. So
Wow. That's cool. I'll have
definitely
to
check out the new SpongeBob
all
movie.
right, I'll have to check that out. Your favorite place on Earth, near or far?
Oof. Near or far? See, that's the thing. I haven't traveled too much. I pretty much traveled throughout the Southeast my entire life, and then over to California one time, up to New York. I don't know. I love it here in Asheville, North Carolina. It's just really mountainous. There's like waterfalls everywhere. It's everyone's vibe here is just kind of really nice. I'd
Yeah.
say Asheville, but that's just kind of
A lot, no, that's
person.
cool. A lot of
Yeah,
people
no,
say
I
like
love
their
it here.
home or their backyard or something, which makes me really
Yeah.
happy because I'm
I'm an
like, that's
Atlanta
cool.
native, so moving to the mountains was definitely quite the change that I needed. I
Mm,
moved up here about 3 years ago, and it's been pretty quality.
that's awesome. I love that. Um, what Bitcoin or Ethereum? If you had to pick
Ooh,
one,
I'm just gonna say Ethereum because
you do all
oh,
your
I
work
don't
with
know.
Ethereum.
Yeah, I do all my work in Ethereum, and like
Yeah.
I'm hearing about its like potential and stuff. So but I definitely think of Bitcoin as a long-term savings account in a sense. I've been told that to, kind of use that as your savings account and kind of put all your money in Bitcoin that you can. Um, I have no doubt that it's going to go up, but I saw the same thing whatever 4 years ago when it peaked to 19 and then dropped, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And was freaking out. And then now it just kind of came back up 4 years later. So I'm a little hesitant on that, but like I know that kind of Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of one in one in a sense, kind of connected when they go up and when they go down. So I don't know. Fingers crossed though for the future.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's very inconsistent and not really. I don't know. I don't know too much
Yeah,
about
I think
it.
if you're planning to hold something really long term, like I definitely would at least put something in Bitcoin. This is my personal opinion, not financial advice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Saying all the disclaimers and whatnot. It's really interesting. I mean, obviously, I also do my daily like transactions with Ethereum. I use the Ethereum blockchain every day, but I also think there is um, I mean, everyone knows like I'm a huge Bitcoin supporter as well. I mean, I think they can live in tandem. Like, I don't think it has to be one or the other. But
Yeah.
with Bitcoin, there is a limited supply, right? There will only ever be 21 million. That's not the same for Ethereum. So there's not a limited supply in that sense. And Bitcoin, um, it's interesting because in 2017 when it hit its all-time high, there was this crazy chatter on every news station, like all this stuff. And now when it's like hovering that same amount, there's not as much chatter in our circle. There is, but not in the world, which
Mhm.
I think is interesting, but I also think it's good because it's
Yeah.
been more of like this stable build up versus like this like shoot up and then like shoot down. So, I mean, long term, I mean, I'm super bullish on Bitcoin, and I would hate for you to feel like in a couple years, like, oh, I missed my chance. So, like, I definitely
Yeah.
wouldn't sleep on it if I was you.
Yeah. No,
And
definitely,
now we have
definitely.
this live on a video, and if you sleep on it, you're gonna go back and be like, she told me. So now you
I
have
got
to,
the advice. No, I've
yeah,
definitely been trying to put some away into Bitcoin as much as I can.
cool. But of course, like at the same time, like, and that goes out to everyone, like artists, creators, everyone like that are getting paid in crypto. Like at the end of the day, we all have to pay our bills and buy groceries and cash
I
out to
know.
the actual currency that we can use, which means for
Yeah.
us, at least in particular, US dollars or wherever you are. So there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with taking gain where you can so you can like live your life happily. Um, okay, cool. Last three questions. I forgot this one. Would you want to live forever?
No, no, yeah, I don't think so.
No. All right. Most people have that answer. Most people say
Yeah,
no.
I think humanity is going to be, uh, you know, taking
Bleak.
a downturn. Yeah, bleak in like hundreds of years from now. So I'd not like to see
All
that.
right. Fair, fair. If you or your favorite NFT that you own.
Favorite? Oh, I only own one of them, and it's
Okay.
from
That must be
my
your favorite.
buddy, Cartoon Advisory. He's
Oh,
my homie Juan.
cool.
Yeah, my homie Juan from Florida. He had a piece that was sitting online, and I was like, how has no one bid on this? And I had just made a sale, and I was like, I gotta show the love, man. Like,
That's
here,
cool.
man. Like, and he sent me a message of appreciation. He was like, thank you so much. Like, this meant so much to me, and you know, I I just did it for the love of it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't expect anything out of it.
Yeah, I own something by Cartoon Advisory, at least one thing, maybe two. But Cartoon Advisory also DM'd me afterwards and was like, "Wait, are you the Josie that got this?" And just sent such a nice message and
Oh,
um,
Juan is the man.
such a
Yeah,
talented dude, such a
yeah.
talented dude. Okay, last question. If you could have one NFT, any NFT that has already been created for free, which would it be?
Oh man, it might have to be one of Totemical's pieces.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Totemical. I ever since I knew about digital art or anything about trying to make digital art, I knew about Totemical. Like in 2012 is when I really started trying to make like visionary art.
Mm-hmm.
He was the artist. Him and Android Jones I really looked up to, and he actually has one of my pieces, which is really mind blowing to me. I woke up one morning and
That's
I saw a bid from
huge.
Totemical, and I was just like jumping up and
Accept,
down. I
accept.
was just like, yes. I was like, yes. I don't even care what price. Like, yes, yes. Like
Yeah.
you can have this. No, but Totemical's work is really inspirational. Just what he does, just with his color palettes and his composition. I would die to have any one of his pieces.
That's so cool. I love to hear like that personal connection, and you're like, that's like one guy I want to collect from for like such personal reasons, which is so cool to hear.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, absolutely.
awesome. Well, thank you for answering all those questions and just like sharing a
Yeah,
bit of your work and your past and your path to get here. Obviously, I'm a big fan of your work, so it was really nice to just like learn more about you. And yeah, no, this was an awesome stream. Thank you.
thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me out.
Yeah,
This
of
was
course.
definitely fun to give a little insight into myself.
Yeah, thank you. And also, I'm so sorry about this weird confusion with the part two. Um, I'll label the videos and
Oh,
for everyone to rewatch. And thank you guys for everyone who stuck around here and asked some questions in the chat. We appreciate you so
yeah.
much. We'll be on the show again next week. Lots of people coming up. We have Stella Bell, Talk Sam, Katie Bast, Osinachi. We have a lot. Brian Brinkman, a ton of stuff coming up for the rest of this year, which is cool. I think I started the show back in May, and by the end of this year, I'll already have 40 episodes, which is
Oh, wow.
nuts. And like, still haven't even scratched the surface of like the talent in this space, right?
You got a lot more artists to go.
Yeah, yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
And we're also gonna have a couple episodes, which I'm excited about, talking to collectors. So big collectors
Oh,
in the
cool.
space too, which will be fun to just see their vault and hear about why they collect and what they like to collect. So those will be some fun shows coming up too. But thank you everyone. Thank you Papa Bear. This was awesome. It was so nice to meet you, and we'll see you
Thank
on the
you.
next one.
Appreciate it.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.